trio of World Cup winners confront Aston Villa tonight, led by Lothar Matthäus, West Germany's captain and playmaker, the man who makes them tick. It was Matthäus who lifted the trophy. It was Andy Bremer's penalty that won it. He's also interconnected.
Now Bremer. Curling one.
There's Bremer raiding from the back, Matthäus prompting and probing in the middle, and Jürgen Klinsmann, he of the golden locks and lightning pace, who so often provides the sting. Klinsmann's tricky, he's also theatrical. But the World Cup connection doesn't end there. Giuseppe Bergomi, captain of club and country. Walter Zenga, a powerful influence at the back. Nicola Berti, scorer of 2 goals in the last round of the UEFA Cup, was in and out during Italia 90. The host nation looked better balanced when he was in. Aldo Serena was a World Cup scorer, and he's Inter's man in form with a hat-trick against Pisa on Sunday. And centre-back Riccardo Ferri was an ever-present during the finals. Internazionale then just 3 short of an entire World Cup 11. Good evening. Well, it really is the greatest concentration of World Cup players at any one European club. And it clearly illustrates the size of Aston Villa's task tonight, not only tonight, but in 2 weeks' time when they go to the magnificent San Siro Stadium in Milan. Well, we've got an all-ticket crowd here at Villa Park. They've seen some terrific occasions down the years, but there's been nothing quite like this since English clubs were exiled from European competition in 1985. Indeed, it's been a pretty low-key return up until now, right up until tonight. And joining us, not only for professional purposes, but for personal reason, I'm sure tonight, the England manager Graham Taylor, who actually led Villa back into Europe by securing that 2nd place in the First Division last season. I would suspect you're feeling a little bit proud yourself tonight, as well as everybody here.
Well, I'm very proud and pleased, really, Elton. I mean, for 3 years' work to try to get the club back on the rails, a lot of people played their part. The backroom staff coming in today and seeing those, I'm pleased for them. But more than anyone else, I'm pleased for the supporters. I mean, you go back to the early 80s and this team, this club was there, and then a lot of things went wrong for it. And now, hopefully, it's back on the tracks again. But these supporters out here will be very, very happy tonight.
We've talked about Inter Milan's World Cup players. Now, what about Aston Villa's David Platt? How important is it for Villa that Platt really gets involved tonight? One of the up-and-coming midfield players in world football today.
I think David will get involved. I mean, he's doing extremely well, both at club and international level. Here in the last World Cup, a great headed goal, and it's a tremendous headed goal. Let's hope he puts one past Zenga tonight like that, and that will do him and Aston Villa the power of good if he does that.
Now, of course, Giovanni Trapattoni, the Inter Milan coach, has picked out Tony Daly as the man that he most fears, Graham.
Yes. Well, pace, isn't it? And Tony has improved a lot in this last 15 months. Not only has he this pace, but his game awareness is now beginning to show a substantial amount of improvement. Here we've got the game against Derby County, where he's very quickly onto things, and it passed Peter Shilton really before he knows what's happening. Yes, Tony can be dangerous, and he can unlock any defence because of his pace. Really. He's very, very quick and very, very agile and nimble.
From what you remember of the World Cup, I mean, if you were in Joe Venglos's shoes tonight, who would you most fear, or what would you most fear?
Well, I mean, first of all, I want everything. I wish I was in his shoes tonight. But I think more than anything else, I wouldn't want to be going there with a defeat. Anything else, never mind about the place. At the end of the day, the result. I think if I went back there and I got a 1-0 defeat, I'd be a bit concerned.
Graham, as we look at the 2 teams taking the pitch now, I mean, in terms of experience at this level, they are worlds apart. That is undeniable.
Oh, I mean, you have Inter Milan, as you said earlier, in the introduction, they're 3 players short of a World Club 11. I mean, it's as simple as that. Having said that, don't underestimate Aston Villa. I mean, all right, McGrath's not playing tonight, but Nielsen, the big fella there, he's played 50 times for Denmark with and against the best. We've mentioned David Platt. We've mentioned Tony Daly, Gordon Cowans, Nigel Spink. Now, don't let's sell them that short in any shape or form. They've got a hard game. Everybody knows that. But this is what this is what those boys really fought for, and a tremendous night for them. And I hope they don't let themselves or the club down.
Thanks so much indeed, Graham. We'll talk again at half-time. We've also enlisted the help of Trevor Francis tonight, who speaks fluent Italian. He's been our mole down in the dressing room area. Trevor's now with Gary Newbon.
Trevor, what have the Inter Milan players been telling you?
Well, they were delighted when they heard the formation, because when they heard that Oni and Ormonroyd weren't playing, they were particularly pleased, because they're especially worried about Villa's aerial power. When Gordon Cowans takes his free kicks, you know, they put big men forward like Mountfield and Nielsen, and they've got Cascarino and Platt, and they're particularly worried about those set pieces.
And one player to watch out for?
Well, it's easy to mention Mateus or Klinsmann, but a player called Nicola Berti. He's into what David Platt does for Aston Villa. He gets forward and makes some great runs into the penalty box.
Thank you.
Trevor Francis with Gary Newbon, our commentary team for this UEFA Cup second round, first phase match at Villa Park. Aston Villa against Internazionale of Milan. Commentators Jimmy Greaves and Brian Moore.
Good evening to you from the commentary box. I'll have to very quickly give you the teams now. Aston Villa with Nigel Spink in goal, 2 Chris Price, 3 Stuart Gray, 4 22-year-old Andy Comyn, 5 is Derek Mountfield, 6 Kent Nielsen, 7 the flying Tony Daly, 8 is David Platt, 9 Paul Birch in for Ian Ormonroyd, 10 is Gordon Cowans, and 11 Tony Cascarino. They'll play with Platt, I imagine, just behind Cascarino, with a lot of midfield players ready to spring forward. And Inter Milan, a veritable who's who of football pedigree, as Elton was saying. In goal, Walter Zenga. Number 2, Giuseppe Bergomi. 3, Andy Bremer. 4, Nicola Berti. Fireworks on the pitch. 5, Riccardo Ferri. 6 is Sergio Battistini. He's also an international. Here's a surprise, 2 players who are not. Paolo Stringara and number 8, Fausto Pizzi. 9 is Jürgen Klinsmann, 10 Lothar Matthäus, and 11 Aldo Serena. Klinsmann and Serena, the 2 up front. Watch out for Pizzi, the number 8. They think an awful lot of him in Italy. All the power, though, coming from Matthäus. A referee tonight comes from Hungary, Lajos Nemeth, with 2 Hungarian linesmen. And at the moment, Nigel Spink's goal covered in smoke.
Yes, amazing that, Brian. I think Nigel thinks that it's probably got very foggy all of a sudden. There's certainly a couple of big fluorescent flares on the pitch. That's the closest they get to lighting up that goal tonight.
Well, let's hope so. There are a few spare seats behind that goal. There's Klinsmann. The Italian fans are in fact behind that goal where the smoke's been coming from. Aston Villa allowed them something like 3,000 seats there, but the Italians have brought only about 150 supporters with them, plus a few Anglo-Italians. There's Lothar Matthäus. And so it's the Italians at that end of the field. And Inter Milan in white shirts, black shorts. They changed from their famous blue and black stripes. Still waiting for that smoke to clear. 5 substitutes, of course, on each side, and 2 can play, of course, from the nominated 5. Here are the subs. Interesting name, the number 13 for Inter Milan, Baresi. That's Giuseppe Baresi, the elder brother of Italy's famous sweeper Franco Baresi. Giuseppe's always played for Inter Milan. His brother, of course, is just across the city, playing in the same stadium, of course, with AC Milan.
I think what will be interesting tonight, Brian, is to see whether Inter Milan, the boys, come out to play.
Well, here's one who certainly can. Andy Bremer, who scored the winner in the World Cup final from the penalty spot. A fabulous night in prospect here in Villa Park, as Villa get another European adventure underway. First priority for Villa, of course, they must not concede a goal tonight. If they do, remember, away goals count double. If the aggregate's level, then the tie will be running fast away from them. Second priority, of course, is to find a way past the organisation and the tackles, the skill and the style of Inter Milan, to snatch a goal or two themselves to take as an insurance to the second leg, a fortnight tonight in Milan. Foul on Matthäus by Gordon Cowans. Also well versed in Italian football. Gordon, of course, had 3 seasons at Bari. Here's Pizzi. All stopped again by a challenge from David Platt. Only Cascarino up at the moment for Aston Villa. This is Aldo Sereno, and a goal kick. Sereno claims that was a corner, and I must say from this angle it looked very much as though it was. But a goal kick been given by the Hungarian referee, and Nigel Platt. Nigel Spink rather with the goal kick. Spink and Cowans, the two survivors from the Aston Villa victory in the European Cup final back in 1982. Bremer. Very for Barastini, but it comes through to the skipper Bergomi. Here's Ferry. Get forward there by Berti. And the ball just beating Berti to the byline. Berti continues into the seats. He's a real outgoing young man. And Italy certainly did look a better side in the World Cup when he was in it.
That was certainly a great run by Berti and a great ball, which looks to me as though they have decided to come out to play in the dot-attacking game so far.
It's Cowans. Faced by Klinsmann. Finds Platt in a bit of space. Cascarino up front. Throw to Villa. It'll be taken by Chris Price. Platt chased and tackled well there by Bremer. Good timing with his challenge, but another throw to Aston Villa. Chris Price with it. Daly. They're really worried about the pace of Daly. It was Ferry who went with him then. Another throw for Villa. Platt. That come through to Stuart Gray. Bergami's clearance. Villa keeping the pressure, the fans getting behind them. Gray towards Cascarino. Back to Walter Zenga. Had a muscle injury and missed last Sunday's game, did Zenga. And the feeling is that he might not be 100% fit. Spraying it wide for Bremer. Serena. Bremer. Said so much about Inter Milan. Let's for a moment underestimate the power and the potential of Villa. But they know they really have to be at their best tonight, and nothing else will do. Gray. Bergami. Cascarino. Gets it back again. Tries again to get it through for Gray, who'd gone on ahead of him. Villa's throw. Cowans with it. It's Gray who takes it in the end. Now for Cowans. Back to Kent Nielsen. The ball for Bremer, with some space for him in which to work the ball. Then gives it straight to Cowans. Stern challenge there by Cascarino on Bremer. Serena coming to remonstrate with the Hungarian referee. It looked a rash challenge. It was just a shake of the head there by Bremer. And a free kick quite properly given to Inter Milan.
Yeah, I think it was a fair chance that he would get up out of that one.
Too far even for the pace of Klinsmann. Italian Juventus manager behind the boots there is Giovanni Trapattoni. Probably Italy's most successful coach. He's won 7 titles, 6 of them with Juventus, 1 with Inter Milan. He's won all 3 European trophies with Juventus as well. And no side he's ever managed has ever finished lower than 7th in the Italian league. Fantastic record.
He also weren't a bad player, Brian, either.
No, we'll come to that in a moment, James. Ken Nielsen getting it back to Nigel Spink. Cowans. This is young Andy Comyn, just over a year ago, playing in the Beezer Homes League with Alberchurch. Here he is again, in because Paul McGrath is still suffering with the knee. Told me this morning, Paul, that he's aiming certainly to be available for the second leg. That's Battistini. Up to Klinsmann. Touch now there for Bergamy, suddenly popping up. Scored at the weekend, Bergamy. That doesn't often happen. Sereno again trying to get Pizzi in. Back to Nigel Spink. You've seen Trapattoni, and there's Dr. Josef Venglos on the left of the picture, the new manager of Aston Villa from Czechoslovakia. Birch. Played up towards David Platt. That's a free kick to Villa. And Villa must hope for a little bit from these set pieces. Nobody delivers a more accurate ball from this sort of position than Gordon Cowans. And the big men have come forward. Nielsen's up there. Cascarino, another 6-footer, obviously in there. Derek Mountfield's up there as well. Such an accurate taker of free kicks and corners is Cowans, and there he is floating another one in there towards Platt, but Bergamy read that well for Inter Milan. 8 minutes of the game gone, still 0-0 here in the UEFA Cup at Villa Park. A really vibrant Villa Park tonight between Aston Villa and Inter Milan. And here's Battistini. Berti, almost caught in possession there by Cowans. Battistini to Bremer. Berry. Bergamy. This is Stringara. Mateus. Well, can't get a touch at the moment. Battistini again. Towards Serena. Cut out nicely by Mountfield. Kept his nerve well there. So did Gray. Finding Paul Birch. Now we need Birch to set him alight. Finds Cowans. Now Daly with the pace on the far side. The Villa fans hold their breath now. It's crossed in by him, and down goes Singer. Not the best of crosses by Tony Daly. Real buzz every time the number 7 gets the ball, though.
Very good move, though. Brian started in Villa's half, well worked. Just a pity it wasn't finished off as good.
Stringara now for Inter Milan. Serena. Coming after him. Johnston did well. But they still found Mateus. Stringara. Black coming back quickly. No foul, says the Hungarian referee. Stringara unhappy with the challenge by Stuart Gray. Most important and prestigious game, I suppose, that Villa have played since that 1982 European final against Bayern Munich, which they won with a Peter With goal. There is header away. Bailey. Running into Berti, gets it back again. Birch. Cowans. Hit low this time, straight to Mateus. Gets it up to his fellow countryman, Jürgen Klinsmann. Klinsmann brought down, though, by Nielsen, and a free kick. For all the power of Inter Milan, Stuart Gray, the number 3 of Villa, saying to me this morning, teams don't win on paper, they still have to perform. And it was an interesting comment that Josef Venglos made this week in the newspapers. When English teams are accustomed to meeting Liverpool, he said, they do not have to be overawed playing Inter Milan. But it's a mighty prospect that is facing Villa tonight. A misunderstanding there between Spingara and Bergamy. Gray playing it in now for Birch. Here's Cowans. Villa were looking for him to mastermind this midfield for them tonight. Tony Daly now. Chris Price outside him. Daly once again. Back for Nielsen. In for Birch. In for Cowans. Hit towards Platt. Daly gets possession, turns well. Here's Platt again for Villa. Cascarino waiting in the middle. Still with David Platt. Shot wide of the Inter Milan goal, a goal kick. Played against the West Germans, of course, in the semi-final of the World Cup. Played against Italy before, so they certainly know plenty about him in this Inter Milan side. Played in the third and fourth place match as well, but pulling that well wide of the Inter goal. As you saw at the start of the program, scored that stunning header against Walter Zenga in that third and fourth place match in Bari. 12 minutes gone. No score here at Villa Park. Up to Platt again. Got a bit of purchase on that header. Really fighting hard, Villa. Crisp with their challenges. Outfield. Gray. Space is there. You may as well make use of it. There's the cross coming in, but Zenga gathers it quite spectacularly in the air. Conceded only 15 goals in 43 internationals, Walter Zenga. I mean, that's an absolutely fabulous rate. Beaten only twice in the World Cup, once by Platt, a header, and once by Caniggia of Argentina in the semi-final, also a header. Price being chased by Pizzi. A free kick for Villa for the foul by Pizzi. A sporting handshake between him and Price. Come in. And he come in again. Physics degree at Birmingham University. Once he got that, he turned his attention to professional football. Young Villa number 4. Foul by Bremer on Daly. Villa's free kick. The cue again for Cowans. Nielsen's up again, the big Dane. Cascarino. The delivery looks good. Just flicked off the top of Cascarino's head. It looked to me as though it did, but the referee's given a throw to Villa. For Birch. Another throw to Villa. Coming up to the quarter of an hour mark. Cowans. Gets it through to David Platt. Trying to turn Bergamy. Tried a shot, but Bergamy was wise to it. Birch now trying to get Cascarino in. Nielsen, a terrific shot! A fabulous goal for Villa! Ken Nielsen! A terrific shot, and just the start Villa wanted. An amazing goal, his first of the season. What a terrific shot. There was no stopping that one.
Well, it's what Villa needed. There'd been no penetration up until now, and even now there wasn't, but what a great shot. And Zenga was left without any chance at all.
Platt had it charged away.
He did. It was well teed up then.
Birch then. Cascarino played a great part here. And look at that. What a sight for sore Villa eyes there. Villa leading Inter Milan by a goal to 0. Kent Nielsen with that mighty shot.
That would have caught the Italians a little bit by surprise as well, because I don't think they would have expected anyone to score from 25 yards against them.
Downfield. Now they've got to stay firm at the back, Villa. Bergamy. Berti. Battistini. Cascarino's after him. Still Battistini. Birch just stuck out a foot. It falls only for Berti. Now Mateus. It came off Paul Birch. Mateus claimed a handball. I think it probably did come off his elbow. It was certainly not intentional, though. Here's Birch again. Away goes Daly in a bit of space. And a goal kick. Well, it's a great blow that for Aston Villa, but it's not been such good news elsewhere, because Glasgow Rangers beaten 3-0 by Red Star of Belgrade in Belgrade this afternoon in the European Cup. But it's a jubilant night so far here at Villa Park. Zenger beaten to the wide by that long-range shot from Kent Nielsen. Gray. Played in by Pizzi. Klinsmann annoyed with that ball from Pizzi.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to see. We want to see them get annoyed. Get annoyed with each other, let them start arguing and fighting.
Cascarino won it in the air. Took that nicely on his chest. Here's Cascarino. Platts up ahead of him. Still Cascarino. Stopped at the end, but only as far as Daly. Daly's shot charged down. And Ferry seeking to bring a bit of order to a rocking Milan defence there just for a moment. Klinsmann, very deep. Mateus. Ferry.
Cowens is doing a lot of great work for Villa in the middle. He's up and back.
Here he is again, this time finding Birch. It's the first real big European night for young Paul Birch. Cascarino with a header. Birch has been here for quite a few seasons. And Birch with Cowens in that midfield is getting through an awful lot of work. Nielsen, the scorer. Still a touch by Cowens. Black takes it on board. Gray. Towards Cascarino. And Zenger's safe catch. Battistini. Bremer. Battistini. Bit of space. Looks for Klinsmann. Klinsmann has got away from his man this time. It was Nielsen, but Nielsen getting back. Helped out by Birch. A foul on David Platts by Pizzi. Villa's kick. Jake Mountfield already won a European Winners' Medal in the Cup Winners' Cup for Everton back in 1985. Up goes Cascarino. That time Bergamy got the important header. It's Nielsen. Cowens. Mateus closing on him. And Mountfield did well there. Played a bit short to him. Springala giving it away. Birch now to Gray, exploiting this space. There's a long cross coming towards Cascarino. Bremer. Up to Mateus. They've got to watch these surging runs through the midfield from Lothar Mateus. That's unlike him. Of course, who beat Spanik Ostrava of Czechoslovakia. And away comes Daly. Bergamy is lost. And the flag goes way up. No, it's... Obviously, there was a foul on Bergamy. Presumably that was it.
It's an interesting one. There wasn't a great deal in it. I think it was 6 of being pushed and half a dozen of falling over on Bergamot's part. Could be deemed to be a bit unlucky there, Tony Daly, but they're definitely making a lot of inroads down this left-hand side.
It's Berti. And now Bergamy. Rice. Birch. Callens. Platt. Cascarino up ahead of him. Daly. Well, found Birch. Space on this side if he wants to use it. Now he does. Oh. Clumsy pass there, lost his concentration for a moment. Throw goes to Inter Milan, who lies second in the Italian First Division with Sampdoria, 1 point behind AC Milan. Berti now for Inter. Cross there towards Serena, great save. Thought that was just going to slip inside. They reckon Serena probably is the best header of a ball in Italian football, and it's Berti's cross.
Didn't quite get hold of it, did he, Brian?
Even so, Spink had to cover a bit of ground.
Good save, though, by our Nigel.
Ascarino winning a fair percentage of balls in the air for Villa tonight. This is Pizzi to Bremer. Stringala. Berti. Serena. In goes Price. Bremer. Bit of pressure here from Inter Milan. Pizzi's cross. Klinsmann. Oh, a terrible miss. They might well regret that one. And Villa will be looking amongst themselves in defence.
Certainly not one of Jurgen's best, this, is it? Ball comes across, it looks as though he's got it teed up for a good chance, which he has. That was a bad miss kick.
And Villa are grateful for it.
Absolutely.
It was Nielsen who went down and lost his man. Springara gets it back to Zenger. 23 minutes gone, Aston Villa leading by a goal to nil. Kent Nielsen the scorer.
The old bench looking a bit worried there.
Rice with a throw. Daly giving it away to Mateus. A dangerous thing to do. Any part of the field. Stringara. Gray tracking him. Crossing again. Flicked off the player though, off the Villa player. Platt, full of confidence, gets it back to Nigel.
Villa are getting back very well behind the ball. Every time it breaks down, there's 9 of them back there, and they're defending better than the Italians, in fact. I think going forward, if Villa can concentrate on getting it down this left-hand side, they can do a lot of damage. With Stuart Gray.
Klinsmann. Chased by Nielsen. It's straight at Cowens. Away comes a little fighter, Paul Birch. Cascarino right back there. You're right, Jimmy, they are defending well, and it's so important they keep their discipline and concentration 100%. They let it slip for a moment, they'll be so severely punished. In the meantime, it's David Platt. Taking him on, but Zinger gets there, but he was worried. Platt put his foot on the accelerator there and was almost through. 25 minutes gone.
It's David Platt there. Actually, he came out very well for this, Zinger. Didn't have a lot of time to get out there. He was very quick.
Stringala now, as Milan come out more and more. Long range shot by him! And just wide of the goal. Spink didn't need to get a touch.
Actually, it was a good shot, this. It couldn't have missed the post by very much. In fact, it didn't, did it? But they don't count if you miss them.
I told you about Rangers losing 3-0 in Belgrade. But Heart of Midlothian have restored the balance. They are 3 up against Bologna, which is very good news for Joe Jordan. Well, Villa leading 1-0 here. Bergamy for Inter Milan. They are in the white shirts. And Nielsen, the scorer for Aston Villa. A raking drive from all of 25 yards. Kramer's throw. Berry. Mateus. Bergamy. An Inter Milan throw, possibly even a free kick. The linesman was indicating a throw, but referee might well have given a free kick for the foul by Mountfield on Stringara.
It is a foul on Stringara. What's interesting is we haven't actually seen an Italian go by a Villa player yet. They haven't shown that sort of skill.
Mateus. Now Stringara with the shots. Argument between Stringara and Berti. Berti, in fact, was in a very good position inside the box, and a little ball to him from Stringara might have brought quite rich dividends. Ascarino versus Bergamy. Birch. Bergamy. Berti was back on his heels there. Platz got the challenge. Berti. In 4 of Italy's 7 World Cup games this last summer. Serena played in all of them. Bergamy. Serena. Ball in the air, won by Andy Cumming. Bailey's made a good move inside. Day receipts here at Villa Park tonight. Around £300,000, a record for Aston Villa. You take their TV money and their advertising and so on. I suppose the take really on the night won't be far short of £750,000. Well, the Villa fans getting good value for the money at the moment.
Lord, no wonder deadly Doug Ellis invited us in for tea into his ballroom, Brian. £750,000.
Well, let's see what his Villa team can do here. They threw for Pizzi. Good clearance though by Mountfield. Back up to Daly. Now will Daly take on Bergamy? Notice how quickly Mateus got back still with Tony Daly. Good save by Zenger. And it needed to be. Well, that was terrific play by Tony Daly. Not only did he fool Bergamy, but he held off Mateus.
Well, he took 3 players on.
And that's a real challenge.
It is a real challenge, and he succeeded. And actually brought out a great save from Zenga. It was a great save. Zenga's kept them in the game here.
So it's a corner which Hounds will take, their first of the game, and Milan probably have done their homework. They'll know just what a good corner he delivers. Well, they had, because they were all around Nielsen at that near post. Rice with a header. Come in. Birch. Looked up, saw Gray was available behind him. So, Stuart Gray. Towards Cascarino, but Ferry headed that away. And whether his back has gone, but he quickly held his back there, and I think Ferry's in a bit of pain. Might be Nielsen's ball. No, Mateus got there first, but Nielsen's tackle was well timed. Daly, that was badly timed. That's a free kick for Villa by Bremer on Daly. Half an hour gone. And so far, so good for Aston Villa.
Daly's certainly got him a little bit flustered. Bremer's whacked him twice. Ferry's holding his back where he turned him inside out.
Mountfield with the kick, high towards Cascarino. Centre forward who hates wearing a number 9 shirt. He's doing well enough for Villa in number 11. Here is the number 9, Paul Birch. Gray, flat, lovely dummy, but wasn't entirely bought there by Battistini. In fact, the Italians get a free kick. Is it Benglosh? A real canny manager. Czech national side. He's managed in Portugal as well. A former player with Slovan Bratislava. And Mountfield gets it back to Nigel Spink. Actually, it was lovely watching you talk to him before the game, Jimmy. You played against him, Slovan Bratislava, when you were at Tottenham back in 1963.
Yes, old Joe Venglosh there. And he must have had a good game, Brian, because I didn't get a kick.
Well, he had great admiration, he was telling me last night, for the Spurs side, and then rattled off the Spurs side of that time. You know, Brown, Baker,
That's right.
Henry, Blanchflower.
Well, they
Norman
beat us
Mackay.
2-0 over there, and we beat them 6-0 in the second leg, so we went through. It was nice to see, Joe.
Well, here's Berti for Inter Milan. Battistini to Bremer. Serena. Still a touch there by Stringara, but Linsman hustled out of it again by Nielsen. Bremer. David Platt right back there. To Gray. That going forward. Cascarino already up there, but control deserted him there. Berti playing it short and simply to Pizzi. Back it comes again to Mateus, who hasn't had quite the influence through the midfield yet that he had so often for the West Germans in the World Cup. Berti. Here's Mateus again. Battistini. Berti. Makes good breaks from the midfield. Villa must be wary of this, and they get a free kick with a foul by Platt on Berti. Villa have pulled everybody except Cascarino back. Mateus, Stringara, Bremer, Pizzi behind this. Might be a short ball for Bremer to hit onto that famous left foot of his and Chris Price attacking the ball well to get it away. Pizzi crossing it in once more towards Berti over them all, and it'll be a throw to Aston Villa. 34 minutes of the game gone. Former Aston Villa manager Graham Taylor with us tonight. So far so good, Graham.
Yeah, very good, Brian. The Villa boys have done extremely well. They've got a good pace to their game. Now they should have enough experience and enough know-how not to go and chase it stupidly. They get the people in behind the ball. They've got the pace of Daly up front. He'll always be able to create something for them, as long as they keep the pace of the game to suit themselves and keep working at the jobs that obviously have been given them. They've done very well.
Well, there's certainly pace there from David Platt, but sadly for Villa, there was a foul at the end of it. Thank you, Graham. And it's a free kick for Inter Milan. Pizzi. Put it out to Daly. Going to have a run at Bremer again. Bremer just stopped him that time. Pizzi was supporting him. 10 minutes to go to the interval now. Serena. To Ferry. Here's Bergami. Battistini. Berti. Mateus. Berti. Good run here by Stringara. kept it in just for Mountfield to make the clearance. The little touch by Platt, played forward again by Daly.
I think the Italians have been a little bit disappointing tonight so far. They haven't actually taken anybody on and beaten them with close skills, but then that could be credit to Villa's defence and in fact the whole of the Villa players, because they are getting back well and they are playing the Italians at their own game. This might have rifled them a little bit. Certainly the goal, I think, has done no favours to Inter Milan. They don't look as though they're capable of pulling it back at the moment.
Serena. Berti. Agostini. Bergami again. It in for Serena. Lovely touch by him. Berti on the break again. Cowans going with him. Terrific bit of play there by Gordon Cowans as Inter Milan win their corner. That could have been really dangerous. Berti is so devastating on those breaks from the midfield.
It was good, slow, patient build-up, and Berti, as you say, made another great run, and he looks to be the man most likely.
It's such good work by Cowans in defence. Here's the corner, a deep, deep one. Will get it away, but only as far as Pizzi. Bremer. Long-range shot, just over. The Italian flags behind that goal were flapping for a moment there. Dipped a little bit and just cleared the bar. Good effort there by Andy Bremer.
He certainly whacked it. Nigel had it coming.
I'll tell you what you would remember, Jim, from your days of playing in Italy and so on, and certainly the great Inter Milan sides of the past used to stifle the life out of a game. Even when they went one down, they just lock up the shop and make sure there wasn't another one. But this one, I must say, is now coming out and looking for a goal themselves.
They are indeed. Well, I think they feel that they've probably got to, because I don't think they're that sure at the back as to whether or not Villa might score again. So they've got to try and get one back. I think their best way of playing this game is to come out and play.
Bergami, Cowans, nice little stepped pass there for Tony Daly. Here's Chris Price, Andy Comyn, don't take any chances. That's it, back for Nigel Spink.
But it must be said, Villa are playing it absolutely spot on the ball at the moment.
That's unbeaten at home this season, Villa. It would be a very good night to keep that run going. They have played well. Although, as you say, you might be a little disappointed with Inter Milan. Maybe that's down to a large extent to the excellent way that Villa are playing.
Well, I'd like to be 5-0 disappointed to Inter Milan, to be honest.
Up to Cascari. Bremer prevented it getting through to Daly. Agostini to Mateus. They'll be looking for more influence from this man. 6 minutes of the first half left. Stringara pulled to the ground by Stuart Gray. It was a foul and it will be a free kick. And the Hungarian referee giving Stuart Gray quite a stern warning there.
It's a good ball by Mateus, and it's the first time he's actually had a bit of room. Paul Birch has marked him brilliantly tonight.
Here's Pizzi. This could be a danger. That's equal to it. The slightest error there by Nigel Spink. And both Serena and Berti were there for any ball that was loose. Cowans trying to get Daly away. Berry gets it back to Walter Zenga. Still suffering with that back injury. He went for a header 5 minutes ago. Pulled a little muscle somewhere in the back. In the meantime, it's Nicola Berti. To Serena. Agostini. Birch. Cascarino. Birch again. There's Gray. Owens. Downfield.
Perfect example of that. You see him up going there to go back on the league.
With Serena, stuck a little low pad. Cutting it out. Sereno. On another run. Those. Crossing in a good long cross there, Compton get it away.
Certainly 30 big range. Difficult to run from a midfield when to get it.
Mexico. And Price went.
It's something good with it from midfield. It's not always an easy thing to do. It's quality that the midfield players have to get up.
Here's Price. Play acting there by the Italian number 4, didn't fool the referee. Price took advantage of it. Run to the box.
Waltz for the evening, isn't it?
It was a good save that actually. Me from slightly deflected off a defender to him. Bergamy. Tejas. And away goes Stringada. He's got nobody up there, and well, did he run into Mountfield or Mountfield blocking it away?
I think that was definitely a professional footballer's foul on behalf of our Italian friend. He ran straight into Derek Mountfield. Mountfield had no choice but to answer.
Well, it's won a free kick for Inter Milan on the spot of half-time, and this could be problems. Just outside the box. Tejas is there. There he goes. And off Mount, who conceded in first place. And get to that byline. Stopped beautifully there by Stuart Gray. They are defending so well. Flat with a little touch. Daly. Don't get away there. No. Plays it forward again, but they're only white shirts. Villa are back. Playing time added on now at the end of the first half. Villa leading by a goal to 0. Perry playing it wide for Stringada. Forward again now towards Serena. Kramer on the far side. Well, we had a lot of rain in Birmingham through the early part of the afternoon, and the ball just skidded off the turf there, and it pulled in Kramer. And presented with this throw. Price Marino. Hitting forward, but there's nobody there in a red and blue shirt. Berti playing it short. The Hungarian referee looking at his watch again. Villa just need to hold firm now. Klinsmann with a little touch. Adestini going through. Klinsmann looking. Balls for Pizzi. Now for Bremer. Plenty of white shirts up. This could be a problem for Villa as he throws another one in towards Serena. And it's gone wide. As the half-time whistle goes, first half for Aston Villa. They competed so well with all the skills of Inter Milan. And they scored this goal with a fantastic shot out of the penalty area. And Inter Milan know they have a big job to do in the second half. We'll get the views in just a moment of Graham Taylor with Elton Wellesby. Aston Villa 1, Inter Milan 0.
Aston Villa 1, Inter Milan 0. The sort of half-time score we'd hoped for, possibly not expected though, Graham.
No, I mean, I think it's been a very, very good game. It doesn't surprise me, and I'm not trying to be wise after the event. I think I said earlier, don't underestimate them. No, they're doing okay, the Villa boys. I'm very, very pleased, very happy with them. Great goal here. I mean, there's the Danish boy, Lurpak as they call him in the club. Tremendous strike, isn't it? Tremendous strike. Very, very well.
Almost now, and it was a flash in the pan.
No, I think that they dictated the pace. They've done fine. I mean, it's been pretty even, Stevens, regards shots, but I think a lot of us expected perhaps a lot more from Inter Milan. But I think by doing that, we're underestimating the Villa performance. I think the Aston Villa boys have played extremely well, and as I said earlier, they've been a credit to themselves, a credit to this game. They're doing very, very well. I'm very pleased with them.
They did actually get the ball in net a second occasion. Tony Daly, who on the way, couldn't quite get out at the time.
Well, it's the first time really seen this. Not too certain. Oh, this isn't the thing. No, this is when he wriggles through and has a tremendous shot, isn't it? I mean, he does very, very well there. That's Tony at his very best. He wriggles through holes sometimes that aren't even.
Yes,
this is he's come across. He's probably just caught his back leg, but I mean, the boy Bergamy really is completely lost. He's running with his back tooth play, and he goes on. And this is what I'm saying about his awareness. Look, he's placed it beyond him. That he's improving all of the time. The Tony Daly of 15 months ago would probably have just whacked at that, and it probably would have gone over the whole 10. Never mind. You know, he's done very well. He's improved. He was a bit unfortunate there because.
It seems to me, Graham, that it enables Villa to attack very quickly when they have the ball in a defensive position.
Always with that, and you see, you've got the ability of Cowans to place the ball as well into space for Daly. It's a very good combination that worked very well last season and is still working well. But all the way through, they know that if they can play the right kind of delivery, then Tony is looking for that. And of course, in Gordon Cowans, they have a player who can play that kind of ball.
Of course, the Italians have had a couple of chances themselves, most notably Serena and Klinsmann. If we could see the Serena header first. Jimmy felt, you know, he might have done better with this.
Probably didn't. I think it's a good save. You know, he's had to come across and he's gone for the... Perhaps if he'd come for this other corner, he might have actually done a little bit better. But it's still a good save and a good header.
This is Jurgen Klinsmann's miss when he evades Nielsen's challenge.
Well, it's a goal, isn't it? He hit his right foot a little bit. Just it's a Sporting Sam situation where you hit the corner flag instead of the ball. You know.
OK, well, we'll see what happens in the second half. We're going to take a break now. After that, we have the views of Trevor Francis. We'll be right back.
proceedings, but now the game is underway again. Bergamy. Stopped by Gray. Nearly Villa players will hardly have played a more vital 45 minutes than the one that's coming up.
Basically, all they've got to do is remember how they played the last 45 and played the same way.
Well, here's Mateus with the free kick. Lifted it towards Klinsmann, and Mountfield got in there. In fact, I think the ball had just gone past Klinsmann. It was a poor attempt on his part, but Mountfield was in there like a flash in any case. It provides Inter Milan with a corner. So Villa, for a moment, back on their heels. Serena's in there making a break. Berti in there too, and it comes to Bremer. Trouble's not over yet by a long way, but Price gets this one only as far as Pizzi. He can't hold it, and away goes Daly. Bergamy challenging him, and challenging him again, shoulder to shoulder. And a throw given, quite rightly not a free kick. It's a man's game, and it was a good shoulder charge there by Bergamy on Tony Daly. Here's Bergamy again. Stringard. That after him. Wilson. Gray. Wilson to Mountfield. Up towards Cascarino. Stini. Berry. Serena. Cascarino. Mateus charging back there to get it. Over to Bassi. For Mateus. Stringara beaten comprehensively there by Derek Mountfield. Serena to Pizzi. Daly doing well to get back there to hold off Bremer, and then had the confidence not to pass it back to Spink, but to try and set something going himself, but that may just let them in for a moment. Klinsmann, there was his pace. Gray just got the touch away. Bergamy again now for Inter Milan. Klinsmann lifting it again towards Serena. Now comes Nigel Spink. It's blocked. Past Pizzi. Stuart Gray. To Gordon Cowans. Foul on Cowans by Mateus. Villa's free kick. Stuart Gray with it. Lifted high towards Cascarino. Zenga there, catching it well above his head. Nice. Berry. Villa trying to get a 1-2 going with Mateus. And Mateus with the throw for Inter Milan.
And that's the longest he's had on the ball, really. Birch's not allowed him to play more than one touch at a time.
Klinsmann pushed away well. Klinsmann's got a bit of life about him in this second half now.
Yep.
So another corner for Inter Milan. Called Malastini, the number 6 forward this time. Klinsmann's in there, Berti in there, Serena. A little knot of 4 on the edge of the box. Pizzi going towards the near post, floated high towards them all, and Klinsmann was right in there, and it's not away yet by a long way. The header by Berti, and then Cascarino whacking a foot at it, gets it away only as far as Birch. His header reaches Daly. No, it doesn't. Cowans and Blatt. An excellent pass there.
Not sure whether he meant that or not, but I'm sure he did after the game. But hell of a back pass.
Was Birch. Gray, some space for him now as Villa come forward. Cross towards Cascarino, too high for him! Oh! And Platt in at that far post, unmarked, but the bounce was unfavourable and it just slid away from the Aston Villa captain.
Should have been expecting it, I think, but he went in. It was a bit of an awkward bounce for him. But I can't help thinking, Brian, that if they keep going down that left-hand side, there's a lot of room down there, and if Stuart Gray keeps putting balls across like that, they can capitalise on it.
Jump by Cowans. Here's Platt again. Mateus finds Cascarino. Here's Birch. And now Gray. Mateus having a little tug at his shirt. Backs to Birch though. Platt. To Price. Oh, he's gone round Kramer. That's an excellent bit of play by Chris Price. And the cross comes in superbly! Just flicked away by Zenger. That's 2 very dangerous crosses that Villa have put in. And Daly after this one doesn't quite get the touch. Yes, he does. Finds it to Gray again, and it comes once more towards Platt. And then they get it away as far as Klinsmann, who runs into Nielsen and earns a free kick.
Yeah, can't argue with that one.
Some excellent work by Price and a good push away there by Zenger under a lot of pressure from Cascarino. Certainly a lively start to this second half, but Villa still leading by 1-0. 9 minutes of the second half gone. Adestini. Serena. Mateus. Pizzi. Kelly. It's Pizzi again. Got a good left foot on him. Just deflected off Berti. That's a goal kick.
Well, they've certainly started the half in great style, Villa. They've had a couple of really great efforts at goal there. I don't think Bramer could believe that Pricey could go past him like that. Thought, who is this bald-headed old chap coming towards me?
Well, it's lovely for the likes of Chris Price, who served their apprenticeship at places like Hereford and Blackburn Rovers, now getting a taste of the real big time here. Platt now trying to get Daly away. And Ferry defending well. Finds Bergamy. Stringara loses it to Platt. Platt beats him again. Stuart Gray, good crosser of a ball. Finds Daly this time. Out to David Platt. Villa dictating this little bit of play. Steeny gets it away. With a throw. Gray will take it. Short to David Platt. Come in. Birch, he might try one from here. Okay. Let's get a quick view from Trevor Francis now. Trevor, your view?
Yes, Villa certainly started the second half well. I feel that every time they put the ball into the penalty box, the Inter defenders
I don't know whether you heard me, Trevor.
worried about
Your
Cascarino.
view on the way the game's progressing now?
Hello? I feel that Bergamy and Ferry are afraid of Cascarino's aerial power, and if Villa can get Platt forward to support him, they could cause Inter plenty of problems.
Here's Bergamy for Inter Milan. Thanks, Trevor. Stringara with the cross. Serena's in there, and so too was Nigel Spink. Cascarino knocking it down, but only for Berti to take it up. Stringara to Mateus. Pizzi. Serena. Comes Platt. Wins the ball, no free kick. It's a Villa throw. See, we're, 11 minutes into the second half. Kent Nielsen's goal, still the only one of the night. It's without doubt that go to the daunting task of Inter Milan in the San Siro Stadium. They might feel they need another one. Daly. Oh, the back pass for Cowans. They're in disarray for the moment as Platt comes in. Price comes in. Platt! Oh, against the crossbar.
Well, that was bad luck. That was the one they needed to kill the game off, really. One could be enough, but if this one had gone in, you'd have really fancied Villa at San Siro. I still do a little bit, but there you are. Terrible bad luck there, really. Well robbed by Sid Cowans. Great cross. Ball was played down by Chrissy Price brilliantly. That's bad luck on Villa's part. This is just bad luck.
I just wondered, Jim, whether an infringement was whistled for there. It certainly wasn't offside.
They might have given Cowans off, but it would be lovely to see Villa score another goal from our point of view, because I think they could then go, having summed up Inter Milan's capabilities here, with a 2-goal lead and feel pretty confident. Although one won't be too bad, their key is still not to let one in.
It'll be a free kick to Inter Milan. Smooth, John Ward, backroom staff with Joseph Benglosh. And away come Inter Milan again. Dangerous Berti to Klinsmann. Foul on him that time by Nielsen. A free kick in what might be a dangerous area there. Mateus has taken it from quite the wrong place. Thought he might get away with it, thought it was worth a try, but the Hungarian is a stickler for free kicks being taken where the foul was committed.
He does love a dive, our Jurgen, doesn't he?
Indeed. And the fans giving him a bit of whistle. Mateus with the kick. Serena's coming for this one. Oh, my goodness, I thought for a moment Kent Nielsen was going to nick that into his own goal, but he's put it behind for the corner instead. So Andy Bremer with the corner now for Inter Milan. A deep, deep one towards Serena, too high for him. Price got a header onto it. Mateus turning it back in again. Klinsmann with a header way wide of the goal.
Taking a bit of stick from the crowd.
Well, a good goal-scoring record. He was their top scorer last season. He was, as you can see, West German Footballer of the Year in '88, but he had a good record last season with 13 goals. And he started this season with a hat-trick as well. But tonight, at the moment, is not his night. Cascarino claimed that he was bundled off the ball unfairly there. The referee from Hungary agrees. Birch tries to take the free kick a good 10 yards ahead of where the incident took place.
Actually, one has to say, while this free kick's being taken, that the referee has refereed this game very well indeed.
Quite agree. Gray. Up towards Nielsen. He snipped Klinsmann this time. Now Watson across. Almost got it through the back. Daly with the shot into the side netting and behind. Tony Daly, 3 goals this season, and Trapattoni, the Inter Milan manager, who watched Villa play at Wimbledon last Saturday, said, "I fancy that Daly will be a pain in the neck on Wednesday night." Those was exact words, and Daly has proved that to be true. Agostini to Ferri, to Bergami. Forward to Berti. Agostini. Stringara. Nothing in that shot at all. Klinsmann comes back to retrieve it, gets there a fraction before Gordon Cowans. Berti again with the cross for Inter Milan. Mountfield firmly behind that one. Pizzi now. Mateus. Plays in Bergami. And Berti tried to get Bergami in again, but Villa nipped that one in the bud. Cascarino versus Agostini. Cascarino battles away and gets clear, is pulled back. It's a free kick, but which way? To Inter Milan. See from the crowd shot there, it's a pretty tense atmosphere now. As the minutes tick by, Villa holding this 1-goal lead, desperately seeking a second one, but so anxious not to concede one themselves. Klinsmann. Pizzi. Up behind this one, but it was Price, in fact, got the header in. Mateus spreading it wide again to Stringara. His cross coming in towards Serena. Nielsen with the heavy boot away. Daly here and waiting. Daly has Ferri to contend with.
It seems as though they've made a little interesting manoeuvre. It seems as though Klinsmann's dropping off a little bit more and Serena is playing more forward. So someone's going to have to pick up Klinsmann. He's got the ball now.
Mateus to Bremer. Berti to Pizzi. Serena. Good break here, Stringara. This could be a problem for Villa. Came off Gray for the corner. "18 minutes, the second half gone. Villa still leading by a goal to nil. Facing this corner. Taken by Stringara. Came off the head of Nielsen. Bremer playing it in again, and Bergami. A better touch there, and Villa would have conceded a vital home goal.
Yeah, the corner comes across, they all go in for it. It comes out to Bremer, who shoots, and Bergami, well, it was a defender's touch. That's all you can say about it. But certainly Villa were put under pressure there and were a trifle lucky to get away with that.
Yes, Bremer didn't really catch it properly, and it's a nightmare defending those. Now Milan gets another free kick. Foul on Jürgen Klinsmann.
Jürgen's on the deck again. For a big lad, he falls over easy.
And the crowd have twigged him, I think, as well.
Referee hasn't yet.
Stringara. Mountfield. Good and solid at the back, and Villa need to stay that way. Good challenge again there by Stuart Gray. Mateus with this throw. That's quite a good, respectable long throw, I seem to recall, from the World Cup. They played it short this time. Pizzi. It's not quite Gray again, up towards Cascarino, battling in the air there with Bergamy. Now Daly, that's Platt's ball for Daly. Cross comes in, can Price get there? No, but Bramer could take no chances. It went behind for the corner. So the play and the action now swings to the other end, and Aston Villa get the corner with 25 minutes left. Good break again by Daly, an excellent ball by David Platt. And Trapattoni looks as though he's got a knock on the head. No, what's that, I wonder? Just hope it's not something that's been thrown. I hope maybe he could hit his head on the dugout. Platt.
Another corner for Villa.
Well, this is what we want to see. We want to see Villa up here in Inter's box. We don't want to see it the other way around like it was a couple of minutes ago. It's getting a bit hairy, wasn't it?
The ace man at corners, Gordon Cowans, Cascarino, Mountfield, Nielsen, Comin are all in there. It's another, no, it's a goal kick this time. So Giovanni Trapattoni in the wars. I noticed you had a good chat with him. What I didn't realise was you'd played with him in your short time in Milan.
Yes, we were old club mates. Trapattoni and I both played for AC Milan, the deadly rivals to Inter, of course, and also played against him for England against Italy. I think he's cracked his head on the roof, Brian.
Yeah, I think so.
It's probably the Bergamy miss that did it.
Serena. Bramer lifting a good one in towards Klinsmann. Again, Villa defending well enough to prevent him getting a good cleaner header in. That was Mountfield. Yes, we seem to think he probably hit his head on the dugout, Trapattoni. He's now just moved outside the dugout to make sure it doesn't happen there.
It's getting desperate when managers at the dugouts.
Cascarino. Here's Platt. Here's a chance.
Yes.
It's a great goal. David Platt, number 2 for Villa. The Villa bench are on their feet, and the familiar smiling face of David Platt makes it 2 for Aston Villa. What a great piece of finishing again. A lovely ball played in by Cowans, and there's Platt. Ice cool finishing as Zenger comes out. And a wheels away in delight. Cascarino's touch. Cowans was the killer touch. And this is the killer finish. 2-0. David Platt. Jimmy Greaves.
It was a great move. A great ball by Sid Cowans. Brilliantly controlled by Platt. And David's on his bike. And Bremer was nowhere to be seen.
Cowans gets it away.
It was a super move, that. Super move.
Inter Milan get a throw. Villa gets some breathing space. And now we have to all hope that they can just hang on to this 2-goal lead. If they do, it'll give them a great chance in the San Siro Stadium in a fortnight's time.
I think what's essential is that they don't sit back and hold on. I think they could come forward and maybe score another one even. I don't see any reason why Villa should fear going back into their shell. I think the more they press, the more they push Inter Milan back, the chances are that even if they don't score, the result will stay the same.
Well, here's Mateus. They have to defend here, though, and defend they do. Stuart Gray's had a terrific game. Cowans. That's all very well, Jimmy, but let's make sure they stay secure at the back.
Well, they have so far, Brian, and in doing so have been able to come forward with a great deal of ease, really. Every time they've broke, they've had spare men. Interesting
pictures there. Calm down. Don't get too excited now. There's a lot at stake. And it'd be a great blow for English football and for English clubs back in Europe if the Villa can pull this one off. First match between English and Italian clubs, of course, since the Eisel disaster in Brussels in 1985. So far it's going Villa's way. 2-0 up. 20 minutes left. It's so important that they stay really mean at the back. It's with Bergami. Inter Milan thinking about bringing on a substitute. Bergami towards Serena. This could be a problem. It was young Andy Comyn who's done really well at the back there, getting it away. Bringing on Mandolini, I think, the Inter Milan, who's a midfielder, probably in place of Pizzi. Here's Klinsmann, flicking it through now, looked to get it back again. Tried a volley, was beaten by Price, and a free kick given to Aston Villa. It's Price who's the injured man. It was Klinsmann he clashed with.
Klinsmann stayed on his feet.
I noticed actually while we were looking at that picture of Chris Price, David Mountfield was talking to the Aston Villa fans and raising his arms and saying, come on, give us even more support. He was telling me this morning he remembers how the Everton fans at Goodison, when they were playing Bayern Munich in a semi-final of the Cup Winners' Cup back in '85, and they were a goal down at half-time, and they went on, Everton, to win it 3-1 with the crowd absolutely fantastic. And Mateus would have played for Bayern in that game, so he's well aware of just how intimidating an English crowd can be when they're fully behind their team, as the Villa fans now need to be. So here's Mandolini, a good journeyman midfield player, on in place of Pizzi.
I think he's saying, I'll play at the back, I'll plug up the holes.
Here's Nielsen. Bailey. Birch. Can't underestimate his contribution tonight either. Daly. Battling away, gets up, loses the ball, concedes a free kick. Villa fans not happy with that decision. Kramer. Klinsmann. A little deeper. Gray gets there. Before Stringada. Cascarino back helping out. Gray to Cowans. Now Comyn. Things silly. Straightforward back pass to Sim to Spink. Certainly when the ball next goes out, I must get a word from Graham Taylor, because it's really just what Villa needed, that second goal. But at the moment it's Mandolini, substituted on, finding Bergami. Mandolini. Klinsmann. Free kick to Inter Milan. Parts 3, Bologna 1 from the UEFA Cup. Gray turning well to take it away from trouble and then whack it into the crowd. They can't score while it's there. Berti with the throw for Inter Milan. Bergami in there. Klinsmann, Serena. And again, Villa work it away well to Cowans. A flick by him to Daly. Into his path and away he goes. Price getting up there with him. Daly looking to take on Ferry. Turning away. Ferry defended well there. Price. In the meantime, Mountfield's got up there. Platt's in there. Cascarino's deep in there. It's towards Tony Cascarino now. Gets there first. Price. Just imagine if Villa got another one. Daly. Oh, not that way. Ricardo Ferry. Quarter of an hour of the game left. Nielsen beating Klinsmann. Here's Bremer. Bergamy. Battistini. Stringala. Serena outside him. Here's Serena. Battistini showed too much of that to Cowens. And Cowens gets it up to Cascarino. Berti. Back to Mandolini. Here's Mateus. Certainly so far hasn't been the Mateus of the 1990 World Cup. Klinsmann. Now Mateus. Stringala. Little chip through. Klinsmann. Serena looking to get on the end of this one. They play it to Bremer. Got a good left foot on him, as you know, and Gray could take no chances. Puts it behind for the corner, which Mateus will take. Given so much in defence, Villa tonight, they mustn't concede anything here. 2, 4, 5 Inter Milan players are up there, and the Villa get it away only as far as Klinsmann. Now Blatt. The break is on again for Aston Villa. Birch on that left-hand side. Daly is up ahead of him. Here's Tony Daly, the flying winger for Villa. Platt's gone through the middle. Cascarino's there as well. And Daly taking them all on and in the end putting it wide. Let's get a view from Graham Taylor.
Very, very good, Brian. I hope that Inter Milan come on and attack. I hope they don't, because this Aston Villa side, and for the last 15 months or so, they're very, very good at breaking. They've developed that play. I mean, obviously, I know that they've worked at it. They're good at soaking up the pressure, even on home games. They're very good at bringing teams onto them, and then they're excellent at breaking at people. And it isn't, they know what they're doing, and they know why they're doing it. If they keep playing exactly how it's going, and if Inter Milan do come on to search for a goal, it'll not surprise me if Villa get a third one.
Thanks a lot, Graham. Really heavy shower we've just been having at Villa Park. It's Bremer now. Searches out Stringala. Well, here are Milan coming forward. Klinsmann battling away. Oh, misunderstanding there, but the whistle had gone. I think possibly a push by Klinsmann. 12 minutes left. Mandolini. Berry. Berry again. Mandolini. Interception, a lovely interception again by Stuart Gray. And away goes Cascarino. Oh, it sold that short to Gordon Cowens, but there was a foul on Cowens. Villa the free kick. Villa the free kick, yes. The foul there by Battistini. Cascarino. Villa's ball. Just over 10 minutes of this UEFA Cup game left. And Aston Villa leading mighty Inter Milan by 2-0. Matt. Cowens couldn't quite get there. Here's Andy Comey. He certainly hasn't let Villa down tonight. Chipping it into Cowens, persuading a Price to come in, but it just wouldn't run for Villa there. It falls to Mateus. Mateus now to Battistini. Mateus again. So delicately poised, this game. Tie overall at any rate. Battistini to Bergamy. If it stays this way, you'd really fancy Villa to finish it off in Milan. If Milan get a goal, and I think they would be just slight favourites with that away goal. Here's Klinsmann into the side netting, though. That won't count. Goal kick.
They're knocking the ball around well, Inter, but there doesn't seem to be much sense of purpose or urgency really with them. I know that Italian teams are very patient, but they seem to lack something tonight. Not taking anything away from Villa, but there's not the urgency one would have thought, having been 2-0 down.
Gray. Daly. Oh, he's turned his man beautifully, and he's away. He's beaten Ferry. Can he finish it off now? Stopped there by Zenga. Cascarino's in there, and it's just over the top. Electrifying pace again there by Tony Daly. Well, they say Klinsmann's quick, but this man's quicker.
Well, it was a great run again, a great run. And really, you've got to turn around and say another great save by Zenga. Cascarino a little bit unlucky there. Could have been 3. Should have been 3.
Here's Klinsmann. Berti. Kramer. Here's Bergamy again. Berti. Costly in there. Black's getting in. He's behind for the corner.
I think you're right, Brian. The way things are going, you'd fancy Villa on this performance in Milan with Daly and Co going at them like they are.
Kramer turning it in. A flick on by Sereno. Well positioned there by Nigel Spink.
A little bit casual, wasn't it?
Just that little flick on.
Good flick on. That's a good save by Nigel. He's a bit fed up now. He's got his hair wet.
Surely offside. Sorry, Jim.
No, saying he's got his hair wet now. It's raining, isn't it? Nigel won't like that.
Gary Lineker there in the centre of your picture. No doubt that Inter Milan could do with 1 or 2 of his goals right now. Also, a gentleman sitting just along from me, Roberto Bettiga, great Italian striker of a bygone day, talking to Italian viewers. They've got nobody out there at the moment who can put the ball in the net. Let's just see. Serena. That just couldn't quite get it. And Ferry rattled that well wide.
Actually, I just glanced at Bediger. He's got his handkerchief out, but he's wiping his nose.
Well, Giovanni Trapattoni's gone back in the box, presumably because of the rain. Probably wearing a very expensive overcoat.
It's an expensive game for him, this one, isn't it?
Paul Birch. Aston Villa 2, Inter Milan 0. As you can see, 83 minutes gone. Bit of shirt tugging there on Tony Daly by Ricardo Ferri, but Daly still found his man, Stuart Gray, and here's Gordon Cowans. Flat. Flat again. Tried to play it in for Daly, but Daly was on the wrong foot that time. Serena. Short to Mateus. Mandolini to Prima. Berti turned his man well there. Got rid of Daly, has got rid of Price. Stand by for something here. Spink again. That was quite coolly.
He's certainly been their best player tonight, Bertie. He's tried 100%. He's made some great runs. Hasn't come off for him.
No doubt that Birch has done a good job on Mateus, but just get the feeling he looks and feels below par, Mateus. There's not the zip that we saw. I mean, for goodness sake, he was marked by some of the greatest players in the world during that month in Italy, and he used to brush him aside, but he hasn't shown that sort of form tonight.
He hasn't, Brian, and I suppose now's the ideal time to talk about it. Let's just see what's going to happen.
Here's Daly. Andolini after him with 5 minutes left. Played in short. Bergamy getting it away. Cowan's trying to retrieve it for Villa, but it falls only to Klinsmann. A back heel that gets Inter on the move again. Agostini, Mateus, Bremer. Klinsmann's waiting in the middle. Serena's in there too. But Derek Mountfield was there again to Villa, and his header finds David Platt. He's got Cascarino up, and on the far side he's got Tony Daly. That's the way he's looking, but plays it short instead to Cascarino. Might be a break here for Villa. It needs a good pass from Cascarino. He's brought down, no foul, and Milan move away again. Offside against Serena.
Yes, getting back to Mateus. We normally give a man of the match award, and as you know, I'm going to give a man of the match award, and I'm going to give it to Paul Birch, because I think that he has actually put Mateus in his pocket tonight. He's defended man-to-man against him, and he hasn't allowed Mateus to go forward in any way, shape or form.
Let's join Gary Newbon at the Aston Villa bench.
Well, with me is the assistant manager, John Ward. John, you must be really pleased with this.
Yeah, it's exciting at the moment. We've still got 5 minutes to play, so we've got to keep everything absolutely right. I mean, if someone offered us a 2-0 lead at 8 o'clock, we'd have taken it, wouldn't we? But as we go forward and Tony Daly's on the ball, there still might be an opportunity to get another one. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. But this is a really comfortable lead now, isn't it?
Well, it's comfortable in so much that it's this game. We've got to go over there, and that's going to be tough. So we've got to keep it all. We said before the game there's 2 matches to play, and we've got to make certain in both games. So if we can keep this, we've done a good job to start with, and then we've got to go over there and make sure we can finish it off if we can. Okay, thanks a lot.
So going back to it, our man of the match, Gary Newbon. Well, that's a joke, isn't it, for a start? Our man of the match is Paul Birch, because I think he has held Mateus. He might be a bit under par, Mateus, but when Villa have attacked, Birch has gone forward and attacked as well. So I think it's had a...
Cascarino to Tony Daly. Out comes Singer. Jimmy's man of the match. Tough it's not a league game, otherwise you get one of those Barclays bottle of champagne, but not tonight.
Deadly dug a look after him after the game. We give him a smile.
A little over 2 minutes left, and Giovanni Trapattoni knows that there's a problem for Inter Milan. Here tonight, but if they don't get one themselves, there could be a real difficult job for them to do in the San Siro Stadium. Play here by Villa. Rice taking it from Daly, gets it down the line, but Platt couldn't quite keep it in play. It's up to Klinsmann. A foul by Nielsen. On my watch, about 90 seconds. Just keep their discipline and concentration now, Villa. Serena's offside. So Villa get possession again. Serena not happy. Nigel Spink coming out to take the kick. No doubt this gives another shot in the arm to English football if Villa can just hold this 2-0 lead against one of the great sides of Europe. Players in this Inter Milan side who played in the 1990 World Cup, and none of them really were fringe players for Italy or for West Germany. They were key men. Another one's an international, Battistini, 9 out of the 11 international players. And here's Mateus, at last making one of those breaks from the midfield. There's his cross, it's deep, and it's too deep there for Battistini. It's a goal kick for Aston Villa. A few more seconds to go away. We're well inside the last minute.
Yes, just take your time now, lads.
I'm delighted to say that you will see the second leg of Inter Milan versus Aston Villa in the San Siro Stadium a fortnight tonight, live on ITV. That should be quite a night. Cascarino. The final whistle. A great night for Aston Villa, a great night for English football, and a 2-0 victory, applauded by the fans. A massive shot by Kent Nielsen in the first half, and a clinical piece of finishing by the skipper, David Platt, in the second. That gives Villa now a real chance of progressing in this UEFA Cup against an Inter Milan side that never really performed, and maybe were never really allowed to perform to their capabilities here at Villa Park tonight. But all credit to Aston Villa. They settled the task almost from the first minute, hustled and battled and showed a lot of skill, and this man scored that vital second goal. Let's hear from him now with Gary Newborn.
David, very good performance by Villa.
Yeah, we're delighted to have a 2-0 victory, you know. We've got Leeds at home on Saturday now. We've got to put this behind us and go into Saturday's game and go for 3 points. Put this away for 2 weeks.
Everybody was expecting more, really, from Inter Milan. Are you surprised at how quickly you got at them?
Not really, no. I think we came out determined for the game. We've been excited for the game for the last 3 weeks, ever since the draw was made. What we've done, we've come out very determined. We've gone at them for 90 minutes. We've got the result that we deserved. Like I said, we've got to put it away for 2 weeks. It's only half-time.
Tony Daly really shook them, didn't he?
Of course, I think, you know, Giovanni Trapattoni was at the game Saturday. He played very well Saturday. And anybody with Tony's pace is obviously going to cause problems.
Well, you can enjoy tonight, but is 2-0 going to be enough?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, I mean, you're going at half-time 2-0 up, you've got to be happy with that.
The Villa are back in business, aren't they?
Well, hopefully so, yes.
Very good performance. Well done, Dave.
Cheers, Gary.
David Platt. Well, the message ringing around Europe tonight is not only that English clubs are back, they knew that already, but we're back and we mean big business. Join us again after the break for the views of the England manager, Graham Taylor. Welcome back. Aston Villa have beaten Inter Milan by 2-0 in the UEFA Cup. They've got to go to the San Siro Stadium in a couple of weeks' time, but it's a good cushion to take there. Now, just before we hear from the England manager, Graham Taylor, let's hear from his successor here at Villa Park. A delighted man indeed tonight, Dr. Joseph Venglos, with Gary Newborn.
Joseph, you've many, many years of experience in Europe. How does that performance rank?
I am really very happy with the performance of the players. They show really very high level of qualities and capabilities, teamwork, spirit, and against that strong opposition, they have been able to dictate tempo of the game. They have been able to change rhythm of the game, and for that reason only congratulations to the players for a high level performance. And of course, they are taking that fruits for a hard work what they did in past. They are working hard now, and it's nice that first half we are leading 2-0.
Is it enough?
Yeah, you never know. It's opposition. It's always very strong and a very good experienced one. But with other players who are experienced, who are able to play well at home and away, I think it will be very great and nice game in San Siro Stadium. It's a nice stadium over there. Other players will enjoy to play over there. We played over there against Germany, and I am sure that again it will be great night. Thank you very much to our supporters who gave to our players spirit. They have been pushing them during the whole game, and it was really great night.
They got behind you. Well done, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
He's grasped the lingo, hasn't he? Joe Venglos, well done to him. Graham, you must be delighted for him and everybody here.
Oh, very, very pleased. Tremendous performance by everyone. Joe's very excited. I mean, I've spoken to him a lot of times. That's Joe Venglos being very excited, that is, and I'm very pleased for him. But a tremendous performance by the entire Aston Villa team. It's very hard to single anyone out, really.
When talking about singling people out, when Jimmy was talking about Paul Birch's role in subduing Lothar Matthäus, you were nodding in approval, but you were also nodding in approval just about every time David Platt touched the ball in the second half. Yeah,
as I say, I mean, you could pick any Aston Villa player today for the role and the job that they did. If it was down to me, I would go for David Platt. I think David Platt has been absolutely superb today. Not only has he covered every blade of the grass, but I mean, he scored the goal. What about that? Now, he's volleyed that ball back to the keeper. Now, just watch this. Now, youngsters watching, this is a midfield player. All right, he's held. Here's the kick coming from Spink. Remember the lad that volleyed it back, and what a volley back. Here's the kick coming. Who's the fella going out the picture on the right-hand side? You'll find it when it comes in.
David Platt again, here he is.
And we come again. And there's David Platt.
Does that really sum up David Platt for you?
It's what I call a lot
back to front in seconds.
It's what you call a lot of unseen work. Supporters don't always see that. They see them, they've seen the volley. They haven't seen that fella has now just covered something like 90 yards to get in there. Now he'll not just do that once, he does it all of the time. It's what you call unseen work, which, because a lot of people don't appreciate what is going on. They follow the ball all of the time, understandably. People who watch the game are following the ball all of the time, and not many people, they'll see the header and they think, well, it's shot up a little bit. They'll not be aware that only probably 30 seconds less than that, it was Platt who volleyed that ball back to his keeper. It's a prime example of good midfield. What
they do say, of course, is when David gets into those forward positions, attacking positions, he almost put Villa 2-0 up before he actually did.
Yeah. Well, there's an interception here by Gordon Cowans. I wondered at one stage if he was going to clip it with his left foot across, but he's picked out. Nice little header by Chris Price, you know, he's just nipped it in. And as Zenga comes out, then Platt is a little bit unfortunate there. I mean, that's all he can do, but he's in there again. You see the keeper's coming out.
Cowans, a survivor of Aston Villa's European Cup win in 1981, showed his experience tonight.
Playing as well as he ever has done, yeah. And he's just topped it a little bit there, but very, very unfortunate.
How do you think they're going to get on in the San Siro in 2 weeks now?
They'll lose 1-0 and go through 2-1 on aggregate.
So David Platt's second goal here was the decisive one, if you read it right.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that, because it was a delightful ball once again from Gordon Cowans, and Platt finishing it off in World Cup style.
It's a great little moment. I mean, Gordon's there again, but it's just a little bit of a little dummy there to keep him, and he's put it in straight. I mean, Platt has had an absolutely superb game today. He's done everything that one could ask. Lovely ball there, just that little bit there, and he's in there again. And off he goes. Very, very pleased for him.
OK, great. Well, let's just see what Trevor Francis thought of it all. He's down there with Gary Newbon right now.
Trevor, you had 5 years in the Italian league. You played in Europe. What's the pressure going to be like for Villa in 2 weeks' time in San Siro?
Well, it's only half done the job, isn't it? They were magnificent tonight, but in front of 75,000 in Milan, it's going to be very, very difficult. But when you look at the players like Daly and Platt, who were absolutely magnificent tonight, they're going to worry Inter. I felt that these two were the difference. Platt's second half, he pushed forward and supported Cascarino. He was absolutely brilliant. One current England star, and the other one, I think, a future England star.
How should Villa play it out there? They got it right tonight.
Yeah, I think if they go there and try and defend, I'm sure that Inter will score. I think that Klinsmann showed enough tonight that he's dangerous around the box. I feel that they must go there and attack with Daly and Cascarino and Platt.
Thank you.
Thanks very much indeed. It was nice to be disappointed with Inter Milan, but what do you think was the problem there with them?
Well, I mean, I think we expect so much. I mean, we're very, very good in our country. Understand? So we look at other situations. We sometimes think everything is so much better than we've got. I mean, yes, perhaps we're a little bit disappointed with Inter Milan, but, you know, if they'd come and played well and really done, we'd have criticised Aston Villa. Instead of going all over the top and saying how magnificent Inter Milan were. No, today I don't want to get involved in whether Inter Milan were disappointing or not. I want to say that Aston Villa have put on a performance for the viewers and everybody that's absolutely first class for themselves, for their club and for football in this country.
Which they did, and we'll be able to see how they get on in the San Siro in 2 weeks' time live on ITV. But before that, you'll be able to see the match, the return of the match with Tottenham against Liverpool. That's on Sunday, November the 4th. Live at 2:55. At the moment, they're both unbeaten in the First Division. And to help your enjoyment of the match this season, you can actually get hold of a little programme. Get in touch with your newsagent. It'll help your enjoyment of the programmes each Sunday afternoon. But from Villa Park, from myself, from Graham, from Jimmy and Brian, on a great night here, it's goodbye to you all. Goodbye.
There's a new girl in town, and she's...